just a little bit.
Marcus, yesterday G was saying that Miami's probably the fastest team you guys have seen so far. First of all, would you agree with that? And then also, what makes them, I guess, effective in moving the ball?
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of athletes that can definitely run. It's going to be a very fast offense. They're a tempo team, so we got to get used to that. We got to get prepared for that.
Do you think people are maybe underrating them because of how they lost against Georgia Tech? Maybe they're just forgetting that they're pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think underrated. They played a great game, so I think they're going to be a lot hungrier. With that loss coming in to coming into our field, but I think they're still a great team. I think they're underrated.
What makes that quarterback such a good quarterback when you're around him? He's had success.
Yeah, yeah. Van Dyke, he's a great. I think he's a great thrower. He can really throw the ball on target, especially like his deep balls. He's not putting, he's not giving the DBs many opportunities. He just get an easy pick. They're all on target. So I think he's a great quarterback.
Do you like a quarterback that challenges?
Yes, sir. Oh, of course. I like quarterback. Throw the ball, and quarterbacks that trust their receivers give DBs opportunity to make plays too, because they're gonna throw it.
Do you look back at previous games, Marcus? Because he's thrown for a lot of yards against you guys the last 2 years. Do you look back at like those games specifically? When you're trying to get ready for an experienced quarterback, or do you try to focus on this season? Like, what's your study habits like for stuff?
Yeah, I try to focus on this season because it's they got new players, new receivers. It's a whole new system going on. So I try to focus on what they're doing now and how we can stop what they're doing now.
Do they have, I would say maybe by far, the deepest wide receiver room and most guys that you have to be concerned about than the previous teams you guys have played?
Yeah, I would say they have all around. They got threats all around. Everybody's catching balls, everybody's making plays. So they definitely got receivers that make plays. So,
And how are you challenged in that respect when you have maybe some of the teams you guys have played out didn't have quite the depth to play at? So how is it a challenge when you have a lot of different dudes that can run a lot of different routes?
When you have a lot of dudes that can run different routes, and they're going fast, so it's really like a tempo game. It's going to be a lot of tiring, a lot of running, a lot of go balls, a lot of post balls. So it's going to be tough to we just got to really be in shape and just know that they're going to go fast. They're going to throw deep balls. We're just going to have to compete and work.
Follow up on that. Is this also a game that sort of epitomizes the need for the rush up front to be in sync with the coverage?
I think every game is like that. Really, the DBs and the we've been preaching that all along. The DBs and the D line work together. The rush works. The quarterback has less time to throw it. He's less accurate. The DB staying coverage allows the D line to get to the quarterback and get sacks. So I think every game is.
You were talking about how Tez helped make y'all's defensive back room better. We know he was on the scout team, and Jerry Lucas kind of had funny stories about that. But what can you just kind of describe what that experience was like going against a player like Tez Walker? In practice, being on that scout team.
Yeah, Tez is good. He's gonna make you work every rep. Every rep is a chance to go deep. He's really fast, so every rep you got to work on your technique. You really don't get a rep off going against him, and it's great work because we need that.
What was something you kind of learned going off of that? What was something you kind of learned about your own game? Guarding. I know you guarded him in the spring and things like that. But what's something you kind of learned going against the player?
I worked a lot on my press technique because he's a great guy. He's a really fast guy, so you got to get hands on him. So I think that was the biggest thing. He helped me work on my press a lot. So I appreciate that.
Marcus?
Yeah.
Like the times that we were in when you guys were like good on good, it looked like you were up there trying to get the jam.
Yeah, it's definitely you got to work when going against Tez, but it's great work. I needed that. I appreciate that a lot, really.
Marcus, is it still weird playing with your brother in the same defensive backfield? Like, have you gotten used to it yet?
Oh yeah, it's real fun. We had this one. It's just fun playing out there. We had this one punt return. We were doubling the guy, and that was really fun. Just being out there. Yeah, that was really fun. Just being out there, being able to spend this time with him is something that I never thought would happen, but here I am now. It's great.
I think he said in the offseason is the first time you've ever been on the same team.
Yeah.
4 years.
Yep. This is the first time, so I was super excited when he was coming here.
He said he would hang out and watch your games in Little League.
Yeah. I look up to my brother a lot. I look up to my brother a lot, so being able to play with him, it's a great thing.
What did your parents say when they found out that Derek was coming to Carolina and you guys would be on the same team?
Oh, especially my mom. They were real happy, because they've been doing the split jerseys with half North Carolina, half Georgia Tech. But now, but now it's just straight North Carolina. So they're really happy.
What has been your personal
I think just my technique overall. I'm a very long DB, so I gotta work on my hips. I gotta work on having fast, quick motion. So I think that's something I've been working on.
Being tall, maybe I'm presumptuous here. Does that mean that sometimes you use that length and some of the other things aren't fundamentally where they need to be, like your hips? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or you're learning how to use everything.
Yeah.
At this level?
Yeah, just learning how to use my whole. Obviously, length is a great thing. Length can help you. It can help you get away with a lot of things, but I think you still got to be fundamentally sound, technically sound. So yeah.
Marcus, do you you played a lot at the end of last season? This season, when you're in coverage, and this may be ridiculous, but do you feel like you have more time or more margin for error because of how well the defensive line and the front seven are playing? Did you feel like last year, okay, there's going to be less time for you to cover a guy because the ball's going to be out quicker, whereas now it's like you have more room to work with this season? Does that make any sense? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good thing though. The D line getting to the quarterback and getting pressure on the quarterback. I got to cover. That's my job. You know what I mean? So, however long I got to cover. But the D line getting there and understanding the defense and rushing the quarterback and getting the quarterback off time and getting the receivers off time. That's great. So it helps a lot.
One of the things that people talked about last year was quote unquote soft coverage. You guys are playing back a little bit. Looks like you're playing up a little bit more because in front is forcing the quarterback to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
So you're in coverage quicker.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, so the front, we got to challenge, we got to come up to the receiver's face so that the front has enough time to get back, and which they're doing great, has enough time to get to the quarterback. So playing that tighter coverage, it just all works in hand.
Marcus, I think it was 11 guys that caught passes for your offense against Syracuse, which, I mean, obviously is just a ton.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to watch.
Is that a DB's worst nightmare? Defense's worst nightmare? When you know that whatever personnel package is coming on, these guys could be targeted. If you were scouting your offense, how would you try to go about stopping what those guys are putting out there?
Yep, that's definitely a thing that you got to look at if the quarterback is getting all the receivers the ball, they're all making catches. But in terms of offense, that's a great thing. It was really fun watching that, seeing everybody get a chance to eat, seeing everybody get a chance to make plays. So yeah.
Marcus, late in that game on Saturday, a lot of the younger defensive players got a chance to get in. Mario Campbell's interception probably highlighted that part of the game. But from your perspective, I mean, how was it seeing some of those guys get in, and just what were your thoughts on? Also, what are your thoughts on just kind of the way that they've been able to develop so far?
With the younger guys, it's great seeing, they're practicing, working every day, trying to get on the field. So it's great them seeing the fruits of their labor finally paying off, and then be able to go out and do what they love. Everybody wants to play, so it's great being able to see them take the work and translate to the field.
Certainly, and they had kind of the opportunity to do that because of the big league. Would you say that's probably the most complete defensive game that you've been a part of? Just only allowing the one touchdown and all that. Would you say it's probably the most complete defensive game that you go up to?
Yeah, I say the thing for us was finishing, and I think definitely this game we took it upon ourselves to finish the whole game, to hold the way out, and only holding the 7 points. So I think that was a great game, great defensive game for us.
You guys moved up to number 12 in the AP poll the other day, and that's higher than you ever got last year. Last year you peaked at 13 and then fell off. Is that a cool thing just to do you like looking at stuff when it comes out on Sunday and seeing where you are in the rankings? Is that enjoyable for you personally?
I mean, it's definitely a cool thing, but I think we gotta understand that it's just rankings. It doesn't matter, at the end of the day, rankings don't really matter till the end of the season where you want to go. So I think it's definitely, the fruits of our labor are paying off, and we're appreciating that. But I think, we still got a lot of work to do.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Marcus.
Thank you.
Good stuff, Marcus.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.